Welcome back. You're watching Where You Live. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. We are here in Deep Bay at the Vancouver Island University Marine Center. Joining me is Sarah Leduc, who is an algologist. What is that? I have no idea. What is an algologist, Sarah?
An algologist is someone who grows algae. So we grow algae for the Pacific oysters that we run through the hatchery.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about this looks like a mad scientist research lab. So what are some of the things that you guys do here?
We're running a research hatchery. So in that we have to grow algae to feed the oysters, but we do grow we make all of our own silicates, thiols, nutrients for the algae to grow. So it's their food.
Oh, okay. So you guys are actually growing the food for the sea animals that you're also growing?
Yeah, for the Pacific oyster larvae and seed and broodstock.
Okay. And what's the difference between broodstock and
So broodstock are the parents. They're the adults that we condition up, and then we spawn them, and then we raise their babies.
Oh. And then what do you do with them?
So it's all for a broodstock enhancement program. Okay. So we'll hold back batches of the oysters that we raise to be looked at by a geneticist later down the road to build a ultimate broodstock for Bain Sound.
Okay. So is this only for the Bain Sound area, for the agriculture companies that are based here, or is it for more areas than just Bain Sound?
Well, the majority of the shellfish aquaculture in BC is in Bain Sound.
Okay.
It's all over our coast as well.
Okay.
But a large tonnage comes out of Bain Sound every year.
Okay.
So the idea is to build a broodstock that is hardy in Bain Sound. Okay. So we have naturally low pH water in Bain Sound. So that's one of the things. And then we'll look at disease resistance.
And what about the changes in water temperature and changes in the acidic level in the ocean? How do you account for those things when you're building these broodstocks?
Well, we can control the pH of our water. We're not doing it right now. And there's a few reasons for it. Okay. The larvae that we raise that survive through the low pH water, perhaps they're going to be able to better handle it in the future. Okay. But yeah, there'll be research going into the pH of the ocean, the dissolved CO2, all of that kind of stuff.
Now, you also grow algae? Do you grow it in petri dishes?
No, we grow it in flasks. So behind us there is our stock cultures.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the stock cultures come from NCMA in the US. Okay. And then we gradually bring them up in size. So we go from a 250 ml flask to a 500 to a 4 liter to carboys and into the bags. And we can go look at that after.
Okay. Awesome. Well, it all sounds really interesting. Does your day-to-day work change? Is there a big variety to what you do here?
Yeah. Yeah. Life definitely is all over the place here. So we've done some huge facility upgrades with our research hatchery. We've rebuilt our algal lab, built a seed nursery. So we can be working on algae, we can be working with larval stuff, setting oysters, working with the broodstock, working with the bottle up weller, or working with our boats.
Okay. So other than oysters, are there any other sea cucumbers or scallops, or do you just work with oysters, or do you work with all of them?
Right now we're just working with Pacific oysters. Of course, we have our aquariums that showcase a variety of species from within Bain Sound. But for the research hatchery side of things, it's just Pacific oysters.
Okay, great. Okay, well, this is fascinating. I see a whole lot of equipment here that I wouldn't know what any of it is. It looks like some small refrigerators. And how many years of training did you go through to do what you do?
2 years. So I'm a graduate of the Vancouver Island University Fisheries and Aquaculture Diploma Program.
Okay.
And then we do take students from there Tuesdays and Thursdays so that they can work in our research hatchery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you learn a lot on the go.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right. And what's your favorite part of the job?
The variety,
The variety.
yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't get boring.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Sarah, thanks so much.
No problem.
You're watching Where You Live. We will be right back.